Lyndsey Quam. On college campuses across the country, 1 in 4 women have reported being a victim of rape or attempted rape, according to Dr. Robin Coombs, a doctor at the Florida Institute of Technology, Counseling and Psychological Services, in the brochure, Protect Yourself, Know the Facts About Date Rape in 2015. According to a survey that I conducted, everyone in this class has heard of or watched Ellen DeGeneres. She has inserted herself into the Me Too movement on Facebook, which encourages victims of sexual assault to share their stories through social media. Date rape is a problem in society. First, I will give you some background information and define date rape. Next, I will tell you about the contributing factors of date rape, and finally, I will list tips on how to prevent date rape from happening to you. To begin, I will define date rape and tell you more about it. Date rape is defined by David Curtis, a board-certified expert in traumatic stress, in the article Perspectives on Acquaintance Rape in 2015, as the forcing or coercing of a victim into unwanted sexual activity by a friend, a romantic suitor, or a peer through violence, verbal pressure, misuse of authority, the use of incapacitating substances, and threat of violence. According to Jody O'Meara, the Vice President of Communications for RAINN, the nation's largest anti-sexual violence organization, who work with over 1,000 sexual assault providers and have helped save 2.5 million lives in the last 20 years, in the data collection Victims of Sexual Violence in 2015 stated that approximately 300,000 people become victims of rape or sexual assault in the United States on a yearly basis. A major misconception of rape is called the stranger rape. This myth entails that most rapes are violent sexual assaults that cause injury and take place in isolated outdoor areas. According to Dr. Michael Planty, the U.S. Department of Justice's head of victimization unit, states in the article Female Victims of Sexual Violence from 2013 that only 22% of rapes are performed by strangers of the victim. That leaves 78% to be committed by someone that the victim already knows. The victim is more likely to report a rape to the police if it is committed by a stranger. This is because the victim does not want to be viewed as deserving by society due to the clothes that they wear and how they act in social situations. Now that I've defined date rape and given you some more information, I will tell you the contributing factors in the cause of date rape. One main concern is whether or not the perpetrator and the victim are under the influence of alcohol. Intoxication clouds judgment and takes away the victim's ability to consent to sexual activity. According to Dr. Kathleen Basile, the lead behavioral scientist at the Division of Violence Prevention and a member of the National Center for Injury Prevention and Control, stated in the article Sexual Assault in April 2017 that 3 out of every 4 attackers are under the influence of alcohol during a rape. Another key component in the cause of date rape is miscommunication between 2 people. Because date rape occurs between 2 people that already know each other, the attacker could view the rape as just casual sex and not take any blame for their actions. Misread signals can also play a role in the event. Some of these misread signals include touching and the use of certain words that may provoke the attacker's behavior. The other influence in the occurrence of date rape is the perpetrator's view on sex. If he or she has traditional values, that means that they believe that men are the dominants in sexual encounters while women are more passive. Those that hold traditional values often downplay date rape and are not accustomed to the trauma that the victim faces. Now that I've told you about the key contributors to the cause of date rape, I will list tips on how to prevent date rape from happening to you. The first thing you should do is set up clear boundaries and communicate well with current and potential sexual partners. This will decrease the risk of getting date raped due to the fact that there's less miscommunication in the relationship. You should always tell someone who you're with and where you're going to be when out with someone for the first time. Don't give out too much information, as this could lead to getting date raped. Avoid choosing people that are overly pushy and jealous, do not listen to you, are substance abusers, and have a bad temper, as they can be the type of people that force you to become a victim in a relationship. In conclusion, date rape is a major problem in society. First, I defined date rape and gave you some more information about it. Then I listed some key contributors to the cause of date rape, and finally, I listed tips on how to prevent date rape from happening to you. 7 out of the 13 students in this class are females that are planning on attending college within the next 2 years. That means by the time that we would graduate, 2 of us would be victims of date rape.
5:38.